U.S. authorities say Nicolas Maduro has been captured and flown to the United States to face charges.
In Caracas, Delcy Rodriguez has been installed as interim president with the military activated nationwide, though the legality of the operation is already being challenged internationally.
People aren't only asking who comes next. They're asking whether contracts, payments, and the basic rules of the economy will be honored or rewritten overnight.
Utter power didn't fall with vote through time. It fell by force a few hours back. These morning, the city was eerily calm, and in other countries, celebrations and protests ensued. Who knows how this will end, and what economic system will end ruling? Status quo or laissez-faire?
I don't care right now about philosophical economic theory nonsense. I opened my shop and just waited. When the country sanctioned and continues to devalue its currency, I only think about how every price tag feels like a growing tumor with this endless inflation.
There were messages on TV, leaders talking. But on the street, it felt like the few people outside were holding their breath.
This is the most dangerous moment for an economy. Not collapse, uncertainty.
To understand what happens next, we have to step back. Economies don't collapse in a single day, and they don't recover in a single decision. They carry their past like invisible weight. So before we talk about Venezuela's economy after Maduro, we go a minute back in time, through oil booms, political transitions, and broken institutions, since the path behind us explains the choices ahead.
Oil money started paying for everything, especially once the boom hit. We felt rich even when we weren't productive.
Programs grew fast. Schools got funding. But loyalty often mattered as much as results.
Oil cash replaced governance. No more stable institutions, the correct incentives were missing. After 2002 to 2003, PDVSA became the wallet, and the presidency held the key.
It held together when prices were high, but discipline weakened because the money kept arriving.
As Hayek warned, when signals are forced, knowledge gets muted. When Venezuela fixed prices and imposed tight currency controls in 2003, official rates and administered prices stopped reflecting scarcity. Shortages grew, and a parallel black exchange rate became the real signal.
When Chávez died, people feared uncertainty more than change, since it meant a political transition for Venezuela. The economy was already strained. His death amplified the fear.
My parents whispered about leaving. I didn't understand politics, but I understood panic.
Maduro inherited the seat, not the certainty. The election fight made trust expensive.
Like handing a damaged plane to the co-pilot mid-storm. Same machine, less confidence.
Oil prices fell, fast, and suddenly the country had less to sell and less to import.
That's when hustling took over. People adapted fast.
Hamilton's 2009 research shows oil price shocks hit budgets immediately. For oil states, revenue collapses before spending adjusts.
And inflation woke up. This is where the Venezuela economic collapse starts, quietly.
My nurse salary couldn't cover food anymore. I stopped thinking in months and started thinking in days.
My savings didn't vanish on paper. They vanished in real life.
Hankey and Bushnell show Venezuela hyperinflation in the thousands of % by 2017. By 2018-19, IMF estimates reached the millions. Prices outran wages.
Money stops functioning as money. People try to escape it. This follows the classic pattern described by Philip Kagan in his 1956 hyperinflation paper. When people expect prices to explode, they dump money immediately, and inflation feeds itself.
Keynes warned that inflation lets governments quietly confiscate wealth. It reshuffles riches arbitrarily, destroys security, and breaks confidence that the system is fair.
People argue endlessly about blame, but most just feel stuck.
US financial sanctions in August 2017 tightened financing. 2019 PDVSA sanctions hit the Venezuela oil economy directly. Weisbrot and Sachs, CAPR, 2019, say Maduro sanctions worsened an already collapsing crisis and hit civilians hardest. Bahar, et al., Brookings, 2019, dispute the strength of that causal claim and stress the collapse was underway well before 2017.
They didn't start the fire, but they narrowed the exits.
I stopped trusting believers. Prices went to dollars, and we lived off transfers and whatever we could get.
We reused medical supplies. That's desperation, not efficiency.
My students disappeared. Families voted with their feet.
This is informalization. Survival replaces growth.
Venezuela dollarization spreads. Two realities emerge. The economists called it more dollars and fewer protests in Venezuela, a country learning to live in two currencies, and warned of a nation held together by creeping dollarization, even as politics hardened. The Wall Street Journal captured the split in two articles. First, Venezuela's two realities, people with dollars and those without. And the other article, then came the surreal rebound for a few. Venezuela turns to flashy casinos, SUVs, and US dollars for an economic boost.
First came reports of a U.S. buildup offshore, warships and aircraft in the Caribbean. Then the oil pressure tightened, tankers intercepted, seizures rumored, and one openly taken.
Markets priced escalation immediately. Risk shows up first.
Legal pressure wasn't new. Sanctions and indictments were already on the table. Then the fighting, the raid, and reports of security forces killed.
All units, tighten formation. Target location 2 blocks ahead. Move.
Officials argued legality. And then came the headline everyone feared.
Some placed the capture at Fuerte Tiuna, others a Caracas safe house. Either way, the shock was instant.
Command, this is Bravo team. The high-value target has been detained. Maduro is confirmed in our custody. Exfil in progress.
State TV announced Delcy Rodriguez as interim president. They call it constitutional continuity, backed by a Supreme Court order.
Recognition is fragmented. Europe is already warning. International law and the UN Charter still apply, no matter what.
So are salaries safe? Families need certainty.
New face, same uncertainty. Capital waits until someone can enforce rules.
And even she's saying Maduro is still the only president.
ATMs are capped, cash is tight. I keep refreshing the news like it'll change something.
Most people stayed home. Streets near power felt empty, just checkpoints.
Nothing moves cleanly with fear, and the press is getting detained for filming.
Maduro pleads not guilty in New York while Delcy takes the oath in Caracas. Shock first, then control.
IMF research by Kandalwal and Reutemann finds that severe political instability brings sharp output losses, and heightened uncertainty depresses investment. Recoveries are often sluggish, with output gaps persisting for years, so prolonged uncertainty can extend downturns.
IMF evidence is blunt. In Kandalwal and Reutemann, 2013, instability and uncertainty hit output fast. Investment is one of the first casualties. And when rules aren't credible or enforceable, uncertainty lingers, and recoveries drag.
And Weisbrot? Simple version.
In Weisbrot and Sachs, CPR 2019, sanctions are framed as collective punishment, hurting civilians most, and worsening an already severe crisis. But Bahar et al., Brookings 2019, argue the collapse was well underway before 2017 and dispute the strength of the causal evidence.
And Edwards, 1995. Delayed, non-credible adjustment prolongs instability. Faster, credible adjustment can shorten the mess, but it still hurts at first.
We still have oil. But the deals are frozen in fear. Licenses, payments, everything. Nobody wants to move first and get burned.
Oil needs courts and signatures. That's straight from Center for Strategic and International Studies. Contracts only work if they're enforceable, and signatures only matter if someone can enforce them. Without that, paper is just paper.
Oil can finance Venezuela recovery, eventually. It has the scale to matter, but timing is everything. But not until the rules are credible and the risk premium drops. That's why investors are waiting, not rushing.
Oil won't save us alone, not while everything feels temporary and reversible.
I won't come back yet. Stability first.
I decide week by week. My future feels rented.
My kids ask if we're leaving. That question hurts.
This is economics at street level. Families choosing futures.
Reforms hurt at first, but uncertainty and disorder hurt longer. That's something even The Guardian has pointed out when covering transitions like this. When rules keep changing, hospitals can't plan. And when hospitals can't plan, people pay the price.
Edwards' lesson from Latin America is clear. When adjustment is credible and done fast, instability ends sooner. That's supported by work circulated through the National Bureau of Economic Research. When reform is postponed, inflation and dysfunction linger. That pattern shows up again and again, including in research from the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City.
So pain now can prevent collapse later? I just want a plan I can believe, not another promise.
Pain with direction beats pain with confusion. Every time, because at least you know where you're going.
When rules stabilize, capital returns, slow and tediously.
When jobs return, people stay. That's dignity.
When people return, families heal. That's recovery.
Growth isn't loud, it's consistent.
So what actually happens after Maduro? Not headlines, real life.
Chaos first, then a fight over rules.
And then consequences. Markets remember everything.
I just hope stability comes before it's too late, for people like us.
This is why understanding economics matters, not for charts, not for headlines, but for the lives caught in between power and policy. If you want stories like this, where real people meet real economics and history explains the future, subscribe to Econ Drama Lab. We don't explain the economy like a classroom. We tell it like it actually happens. And if you made it this far, you already know. This story isn't over. Because the Venezuela economy after Maduro is only the beginning.